Who's happy the kids are back in school? What is this? What's going on? This is a circus? So it's been great to have the kids back in school. We had a good time with them over the break.
Bienvenido a la vida, Lindsay. What's happening, good people?
Oh, that's my part. Bienvenido a la vida, Lindsay. What's happening, good people? What is the deal? So the kids were here over winter break, of course, the holiday break. And it was good to have them here, but they are a lot of energy. I mean, they have been literally crawling over me as I work out. And we've been spending a lot of time with each other. I've been trying to teach them a little bit of capoeira. I've been trying to do anything and everything in my power to drain some of their energy. They are a lot of work. I love them, but it's a lot of work.
Almost 14 people can fit on this.
Oh.
Almost 14 of them. We did pick but there's only one. Yeah. Now I can try. Okay. And be three and using it.
Like a baby gang.
Yeah.
It's like 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like when one disappears, I mean like goes somewhere or is sleeping, it's like a completely different landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Like if one of them is napping and the other 2 are up, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If 2 of them are napping and one of them is up, it's like, I got no kids, I ain't got no kids. It's like, whew. But when like all 3 of them are up,
Daddy, I'm almost there.
Same thing, Emery.
I got the thing.
Calm down. Stop right there. Arms up here.
I made it. I won.
Emery, talk about Emery.
so Emery, for those of you who don't know, Emery has, I guess, chronic illness, you could call it, called eosinophilic esophagitis. And what it is
Eosinophilic what? What?
eosinophilic esophagitis. Eosinophilic esophagitis. Eosinophilic esophagitis.
Oh.
And what it is it is a medical condition that is caused by extreme food allergies. And what it does is it affects the esophagus. It causes little cysts, so to speak, to build up on the esophagus, which eventually will harden the esophagus and close it. And so what has to be determined is what is the culprit. Is it a specific food or a food group? Is it environmental? Because there's been theories that it could be like environmental allergy, or is it a food allergy, etc. And it's a newer, from our understanding, it's a newer condition, so there's not a whole lot of research on it, and it affects each person who has it in a different way. it's not just one set of food. It's not like everybody who has it is allergic to wheat, or everybody who has it is allergic to dairy and eggs. It's various things for various people. And so, and because it's something that happens internally, a lot of times it's very,
It doesn't really make you sneeze.
and because it happens internally, it's not something that can be easily detected through an allergy test. If any of you have allergic kids or are allergic yourself, they'll do the pinprick test where they'll be able to see if a hive develops. It's not like that. It's something that happens internally, and one of the major ways that they check it is through an endoscopy, which for young kids requires putting them under, pushing a camera and a little tweezer thingy down into the esophagus, taking a piece of the esophagus and running a biopsy on it. Emery's had about, I think, 5 or maybe 6 of those since he was born. I think they started at about 9 months. He started getting them. And we slowly eliminated all the way down to where he could only eat vegetables, with the exception of potatoes and corn. And at our last visit, our doctor sent us for a second opinion, saying that we needed to, see what was going on, and it was determined that perhaps he just has a very mild case of it that will just be something he kind of has to live with, and they wanted to start increasing his diet. And so we, here in Mexico, were able to get an esophagram, which is just an x-ray. They drink some barium solution and they take an x-ray, which is much less invasive.
Here I am with my big boy again. He is here getting a little exam to look at his esophagus, an esophagram, to see if we can introduce some more foods into his diet. He's not really enjoying the formula he has to drink, as you can see, and he's crying. But we're gonna be okay, right, Emery?
Daddy, am I doing good?
I hope so. Okay. You gonna do better?
And now we are starting to add foods in one at a time, about maybe 2 to 3 weeks for each food, monitoring him for any visible changes, such as hives, breakouts. It's mostly characterized by excessive projectile vomiting, so we're watching for that. But we are slowly being able to increase his diet. He will likely now still not be able to eat any of the big 6, dairy, eggs, soy, nuts, fish, shellfish, etc. But we've incorporated chicken, and he really likes chicken.
You gotta go pay. You gotta go get change. Cambio, su cambio. Gracias. So how do you feel, Emery?
So good and so itchy.
So good and so itchy?
Yep.
Oh. You think you're ready for this?
Yes. I don't want the chicken.
Okay, just eat the potatoes and the broccoli.
I already ate enough chicken.
Okay.
What's wrong with it?
I don't like. Let me try. Let me
Okay.
try.
She's not feeling well.
Ready?
Alright, Emery, here we go. Emery's first time eating chicken at 5 years old.
Ready? These are like 2 giant pieces. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, there's chicken. That man cooks good chicken. I love this chicken. Chicken. I love chicken.
You can dip it in the ketchup if you want.
This?
Chicken.
It tastes good.
That's what people think.
Should I do it? Should I eat it? Oh, this is good.
And then this week we started incorporating white rice, just plain old white rice, because he hasn't had starches. He's never had rice before. He's never had chicken before in his life. So So my location independent tip for you today is to celebrate. Celebrate the big wins and celebrate the little wins. If you are in process to moving abroad and say you've applied for a passport, or say you've done a little bit of research, maybe you've secured your visa, maybe you've cleaned out a closet, or perhaps you've opened a new stream of online revenue. Celebrate it, right? Even if it's not a major milestone and it's just a stepping stone on the path to your ultimate end goal, celebrate as you go. Enjoy the moments, celebrate as you go, and when that big win comes, it'll feel that much sweeter because you've celebrated it all along the way. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We will see you right back here next week, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, right here on Vida Lindsay on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. Thanks so much. See you next week.
Peace.